Hello everyone, this is ML Reads back with part B of the Elementalists Book 1, Chapter 1, Open Enrollment. Now if you want to watch this from the very top or from the very beginning of this series, I will link that first video in the description. And for everyone else, let's jump right back in. Continue playing. So Griffin has asked us for help with something, and as you can see, I have already purchased the premium option, which is you can count on me. So do you need help? You can count on me. Eli, you were the first friendly face I met here. The least I could do is lend you a hand with this. Griffin, awesome. I have a feeling you're going to like this. You follow Griffin through campus and down a hallway very similar to the one from earlier. He leads you past several doors and right into a dead end. Eli, if this is where your lost item is, it shouldn't be too hard to find considering there's nothing here. Griffin, hang on a second. Griffin presses his palms together, then begins moving his hands back and forth in front of the wall, as if wiping steam from a mirror. With each move, the wall seems to melt away, revealing a door behind it. Eli, whoa! Am I seeing things? How did you do that? Am I seeing things? You gape at the door, then blink a few times and rub at your temples. Griffin, yeah, staring at invisibility wards for too long gives everyone a headache. It has something to do with feeling the magic there but not being able to see it. Now, watch this. Griffin clenches his hands into fists. Then he presses his knuckles together and takes a deep breath. Griffin, here we go. He exhales and places 2 fingers against the doorknob. After hearing a satisfying click, he opens the door. Eli, wait, did you just magically unlock the door? Griffin, yeah, that spell's a little more challenging. Metal's usually tough to work with, but it's close to Earth, so I do all right. You shake your head in disbelief as Griffin leads you inside. And you're in this cool looking room with lots of knickknacks all over the place. The room is packed full of objects. Boxes overflow with colourful knickknacks and shelves bend under the weight of an assortment of curios. To your left, a stuffed raven caws loudly. There's a thin aisle that winds through, giving you just enough space to walk. Griffin starts to rifle through the shelves. Eli, wow. Your eyes flick about, unable to take everything in. You spot a candle glowing with a bright purple flame and a large spiky ball of metal hovering in midair. Griffin, the thing we're looking for is a silver ball about the size of my fist, with an onyx button at the top. Eli, I see why you needed the help. A bell rings, and after looking around, you spot it in the hand of an eerie doll. It smiles down at you from a high shelf, and rings the bell again. Creepy doll. Wow, I hate that. Eli, what is this place? Griffin, it's a lost and found of sorts. Anything students forget on campus ends up in here. I think the professors put confiscated items in here too, hence the wards. As you walk further into the room, you catch sight of a jar full of shiny, jagged ovals, shimmering in the overhead light. Pretty rocks. These are beautiful. Griffin, dragon scales. I wonder what they're doing down here. That's a lot of money gone to waste. You should take it. Voice, Finder took. You stiffen at the sound and slowly turn, expecting to see someone behind you. Griffin, oh, ignore that thing. It's just going to spew nonsense at you. Your eyes fall on a pendant with a woman's face in profile carved into an alabaster shell. Strange pendant. Why is this here? The woman's mouth suddenly moves. Pendant. Fibbity. Eli, what language is that? Griffin, honestly, I don't have a clue. I'm guessing it was some kind of prank gift. Griffin sifts through some boxes behind you while you scan the rest of the room. You laugh as you catch sight of a unicycle propped up in the corner. Eli, You're not telling me magical unicycles are a thing, are you? Griffin. Last year some kid thought it'd be fun to enchant it to fly. The professors confiscated it after he fell off it about 3 stories up. Turns out unicycles don't like to be enchanted. You wander over to an open box full of unusual objects and start picking through it. And then there's a crystal ball, a scarab, and a genie lamp. What shall we pick up? Let's pick up the scarab. As you pick up the scarab, the jewels shift colours, cycling from soft purples to bright oranges and everything in between. Eli, this is beautiful. What's it for? Griffin joins you, peering over your shoulder. Griffin, oh, I bet the professors use that for attunement placement. Fire rats usually have a connection with scarabs, since they're a symbol of Ra, the Egyptian sun god. Did I say Ra right? Is it Ra or is it Ray? Eli, I guess that makes sense. You turn the scarab over in your hand and it feels surprisingly warm. You walk a little further down the aisle, squinting at the shelves. A metallic glint catches your eye, and you pick up a silver ball. Eli, hey Griffin, I found your thing. Griffin, what? Nice. I knew inviting you along was a smart move. Your thumb slides over the diamond-shaped piece of onyx at the top, and with a click, several panels pop out on all sides. Eli, whoa. You look up at the ceiling. The lights in the room have dimmed, and all around the room, sprinkled across the clutter, are... Eli, stars. Griffin, it's a star tracker. It maps the rotation of stars. They're a tool for astroweavers mostly, but I found this one here a while ago. Eli, astroweavers? Griffin's voice comes from behind you, suddenly very close. Griffin, they maintain constellations, mostly. A lot of air rats go into that field after graduation. Eli, is that what you want to do after school? Griffin, nah. Earth rats are a little more grounded than that. I'm thinking of majoring in natural preservation sciences. I just like having a star tracker. It makes me feel bigger than myself, being able to see the stars so close and in real time like this. What do you think? Worth finding? Eli, yeah, this place is amazing, but the company is better. Yeah, the place is amazing. Seriously, it's pretty incredible. Thanks for inviting me along. Griffin, no, thank you. I'm so bad at finding stuff. I never would have gotten this back without your help. You glance up at him as the stars around you twinkle and shift. He sees you looking and gives you a teasing grin that makes your face heat up. He reaches out and places his hand over yours, covering the tracker. The panels fold in and the stars disappear. He is smooth. Lost and found, you explored the hidden room with Griffin. Griffin, we should get out of here. I don't like to leave the ward on the door down for too long. Eli, sure. Could you show me to the dorm? This campus is huge, and if I tried to find it myself, I'd probably end up sleeping on the front lawn. Griffin chuckles as he leads you out of the Lost and Found. Outside, you follow him to a building on the other side of campus. A plaque on the building's door reads, Fletchley Residence Halls. Griffin, here you go. Once you get inside, someone will help you find your room, I'm sure of it. Hey, and thanks again, Eli. I appreciate you helping me find my star tracker. Eli, don't worry about it. You've helped me out so much today, I had to return the favour. Griffin, see you around? He gives you a nod before walking away. You steel yourself and push open the door to the dorms. As soon as you enter the nearly empty dorm lobby, an upperclassman with a clipboard waves you over. R.A. Welcome to Pendergast. How can I assist you? Need help finding your room? Eli, The R.A. cocks her head to the side. R.A. You can just tell me your last name and I'll point you in the right direction. Eli, I should tell her the truth or make up a fake name. I am going to tell her the truth. And we're going to keep the default last name, which is Russell. You give her your last name and your stomach roils as her eyes skim the clipboard. R.A. Wait a minute. She glances at you, then back at the page. Eli, okay, I have to confess, I'm not actually a... Then she flips the page over. RA. Here we go, Eli Russell, first floor, room 108. Your roomie has been checked in since this morning. You hurry away down the hall, simultaneously relieved and even more confused than you were before. Yeah, why is my name on the list? Eli, if this is also a mistake, how was my name on the list? Obviously, I've played this game before. Behind the doors down the hall, you can hear music, people laughing, and even an occasional roar. Finally, you find number 108. You see that there's no doorknob. Eli, come on. Does this place come with an instruction manual? You put your hand out and lean against the door, taking a moment to center yourself. And your hand slips right through. Eli, You feel a chill go through you as you fall through a transparent blue wall and onto the floor. As soon as you're in, the door reforms. Shreya, it's you again. Well, aren't I the lucky girl? Eli, oh right, from earlier. I kind of lost you in the dining hall. Shreya, yes, sorry about that. I had friends waiting and, well, you know how that goes. I'm so pleased. I'll be a perfect roommate. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I assure you it's only partially true. When she pauses for air, or maybe dramatic effect, you take a good look at your surroundings. And you've got a cool dorm with some nice cozy looking chairs, a coffee table, a blue flamed fireplace. Shreya, glad to see my roommate isn't completely devoid of style, though you could still use a few pointers. Luckily, you have me to help you. Well, say something. Eli, I think you should relax, just insulted me. I think you just insulted me. I'm not sure if it's something in the water here or what, but my outfit's just fine where I come from. Yes, Shreya, I paid for this premium outfit. Shreya, I don't know what you mean. You plop down on the nearby couch, sinking into the soft cushions. Shreya perches thoughtfully on the chair across from you. Shreya, oh, is this because I said your shoes look like they were made in the dark recesses of a German mineshaft? Eli, well, it wasn't because of that. You sigh. You said before that whatever I've heard about you is only partially true. Shreya rolls her eyes. Shreya, I know you're thinking about me and Fifi's tiff at Mystery Inc.'s annual charity show. Eli, Fifi? Mystery Inc. charity show? Shreya, you know, the one with the lava rock runway? It was all over the news a month ago, not to brag. Eli, I get the feeling that if I tell you that I have no idea who you are, it's gonna be a whole thing. Shreya is absolutely still for a moment before she finally smiles, though it looks almost painful. Shreya, not at all. My family is only the #1 purveyor of enchanted objects worldwide, but why would you know that? Besides, this was the whole point. To come to college, have new experiences, fly under the radar. Become the person I want to be, you know? Eli, Shreya, I know exactly how you feel. You're complaining about being famous? Shreya, will be nice. I'm gonna say, I know exactly how you feel. Honestly, that's the same thing I was hoping to get out of the college experience. Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you try, nothing fits? Like the things that you think are going to make you happy never do? That's life. Shreya, absolutely. It's how I felt all the time, until I arrived here, that is. Eli, this morning I was at this college I used to think was finally going to be my place in the world, but it very quickly became clear that it wasn't. And then I got here and, yeah, it's a little weird and a little hard to believe, but for the first time, something finally feels right, and now it's all going to be taken away. Shreya, taken away? I don't understand. Why would... Your voice trembles as you finally tell her the truth, revealing the secret you've been keeping in since your arrival. Eli, I can't do magic. With a CK. Shreya, what? You lower your voice to barely more than a whisper. Eli, I was in my dorm bathroom at Hartfeld, and there was something weird in the mirror, and when I touched it, You throw your hands up, unable to explain, not even knowing what happened yourself. Eli, and I don't know what to do now. I'm afraid of what will happen if I tell someone, but I know I can't leave. You watch Shreya guiltily as she stares at you wide-eyed. Eli, you're not going to, erase my memory or melt my brain or... Shreya, I'll help you. Eli, you will? Thank you so much. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't mean to sound suspicious, but you barely know me. Why would you stick your neck out for me? Shreya, because it sounds like fun. Part of the reason I came to college was to meet all different kinds of people, and you, Eli, are quite an interesting kind of person. But have you considered that there may be magic in you? Have you tried any? Eli, well, there was that thing with the door. Shreya, no, the doors are enchanted to accept the tenant's genetic code. That wouldn't count. Shreya taps her fingers on the coffee table, her eyes roving the room. When they stop, she grins and hops out of the chair. Shreya, I've got it. Come on, let's go before the shop closes. Eli, wait, where are we going? I thought we couldn't leave campus. You follow Shreya across the room and find yourself facing a door with a variety of doorknobs in different shapes and sizes screwed into it. Shreya, there are a few pre-selected places we're allowed to go, like Penn Square, for example. You notice that each knob has a neatly inscribed label above it. Eli, Eli's room, Shreya's room, Penn Square. Wait, are you saying my room is in there? Shreya, sure, so is mine, and Penn Square and the lake. That one opens up in a tree though. It can be quite unpleasant if you run into a birk spire. Shreya examines the labels carefully, until finally she finds the knob labelled Penn Square. She turns it and pushes the door open. And then you get to see some cool scenery that changes mountains, forests, and then a square. Very picturesque. This is the type of stuff that reminds me of Diana Wynne Jones's world building. Very quaint and charming. Eli, whoa. Shreya, charming, right? In the afternoon sun, the square is bustling with activity. You see a stately woman with deep blue skin and tusks dragging a kicking toddler with impish horns past a magical toy store. Beyond that, a pair of men with pointed elfish ears and webbed hands debate over a beaded bracelet at a store marked Charms. Eli, is that a troll vendor selling heads somewhere I can eat? Is that a troll? The 7-foot-tall woman's head whips around in your direction. Shreya grabs your arm and starts leading you away hurriedly. Shreya, God, I forgot how backwards the non-magical worldview is. They prefer mountain folk these days. Come on, no time to waste. We need to get you something to help with that whole no magic thing. Eli, and how exactly are we supposed to fix that? She stops abruptly in front of a shop labelled Maison Dieu. The sign in the window describes it as your one-stop shop for one-stop shopping. That's great. Shreya, let's get inside and see if they have what we're looking for. Inside, every square inch of the shop is packed with clothes, knickknacks, and all manner of glowing, spinning, and rattling mystical objects. Eli, how are we even supposed to find anything in here? Voice, that's where I come in. Just a second, please. A rustling from the pile of lamps on your left makes you jump. A mountain of rusted candelabras avalanches off of a high shelf, heading straight toward you. Eli, ah! You duck, bracing for impact. But it never comes. New girl? Who's this green girl? Sorry about that. I was organising some of the Floghart's droppings we store under this armoire. You take a hesitant peek up and see that the candelabras have been stopped in midair and are hovering just over your head. The girl in front of you flicks a vine-wrapped hand and the candelabras restack themselves on the shelf. Green girl? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you. You stare at her wide-eyed and she gives you a knowing smile. This is the green girl. First time meeting a wood nymph? I'm Asta. I run this shop. She holds out her hand, and when you shake it, you're shocked at how her skin feels both like polished wood and flesh all at once. Eli. I'm Eli. I should say, I like your shop. You could have killed me. Again, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say, I like your shop. Asta. Thanks. It's my father's, actually. Well, my grandfather's. I guess it was his father's before that. What does ownership really mean, anyway? If I feel the most strongly about something, does it then become mine? She pauses thoughtfully, looking off into the distance as her eyes grow dark and clouded. After a while, it seems obvious that she's checked out completely. Asta. Interesting. Asta's eyes lighten and refocus on Shreya as she shakes her head clear. Oh, it's you again. I was hoping you'd be back. Shreya. I'd assume so. I spent a minor fortune the last time I was here. Listen, love, do you have any marbles? My friend here is worried about the first day of classes and wants a boost. Eli. Yeah. Anything would help. Asta looks at you, her eyes shining brightly. So you're a Pendergast student too? You both are so lucky. She skips off toward the counter and disappears behind it. Asta. I've been begging Papa to let me go, but he's still bitter about all that wand business. Asta pops up from behind the counter, coughing and covered in dust. She slams a polished wooden box down on the counter with Mystery Miracle Marbles written in gold curlicue handwriting on the lid. You give Shreya a look before gingerly lifting the edges of the box, revealing 4 multicolored orbs within. Wow, cool. Eli. What are they? Shreya plucks a clear orb from the box. Opaque white smoke begins to curl inside the glass. Huh. Shreya. One of Mystery Inc.'s bestsellers. Each of these orbs contains enough magic to perform 1 spell per element. She's kind of like, Weiss from Ruby in this regard as well. They may be small, but they pack quite a punch, like one very beautiful, very down-to-earth heiress we all know and love. With a smile, she places the white orb into your palm, folding your fingers over it. Shreya. And this little guy is all yours. Eli. But why would magic people need something like this? Shreya. You can use it instantly instead of taking the time to build a spell, and it won't use up any of your own magic so you can cast again immediately. Asta. They're the very best on the market. Of course, they'll only work for the elements with which they correspond. You look a little closer at the contents of the box and see a variety of colours in the tendrils of smoke. Blue, green, red. Eli. How do you even use it? Shreya. Asta, do you have any singles? Asta rummages through a drawer before handing Shreya a dusty blue orb. Asta. It'll cost you, and I must insist that you go outside to... Shreya rolls the marble between her thumb and forefinger, raising it up toward the ceiling. And a rain cloud appears overhead as the blue smoke dissipates from the marble. It begins to pour. Shreya. See? Easy. Asta. You were tuned, never listen. The leaves in Asta's hair rustle as she glowers at Shreya. She flicks a finger and a strong blast of wind blows the cloud and the rain away, leaving you completely dry. Shreya. Oh, don't be such a tenacious toad, Asta. What do you think, Eli? These will surely come in handy. Tutorial is saying these special one-time use orbs will help you stay at Pendergast and will unlock special scenes and options throughout the book. Okay, so there is a full case, there is an extra one, and then there's just the one that Shreya has given you. As you can see, I have not purchased either of these premium options before, and I've also been saving up my diamonds for moments like these. So today I will take, in that case, I'll take a whole set. Being a big spender in this playthrough. Eli. These will at least help me fly under the radar until I can figure out what to do next. You hand Asta a few bills from your wallet. She peers at them curiously. Eli. I hope that's enough? Asta. Absolutely not. This money is worthless. Lucky for you, I can fetch a high price for it on the collector's market. After saying goodbye to Asta, so she just takes her money. After saying goodbye to Asta, you and Shreya head back through the portal to your dorm. Shreya. So, now that you've got a bit of magic to take into battle, do you think you're ready to face tomorrow? Eli. Honestly, I don't see how it'll matter after this attunement placement thing. Seriously, Shreya, what am I going to do? She puts a tentative hand on your shoulder. Shreya, you're going to get through this because I'm going to help you, and I'm just too fabulous to fail. You're unable to hold your laugh in, and soon Shreya's laughing too. She's good fun. Over her shoulder, something catches your eye. In the mirror across the room, you see a smudge, or maybe a shadow. Eli, Shreya, do you see that? Shreya, You look around, trying to find the source of the reflection as you step closer to the mirror. The shadow pulses, grows, and you tilt your head even closer. And then it's your weird reflection again. Why? Eli, wait, that's... It's only then that you realize the shadow is on your side of the glass. Shadow monster. Shreya, Eli! Shadow monster. It's like turned red. The shadowy creature turns a violent shade of red. An opening appears below its two hollow eyes as it lets out an angry hiss. It launches itself at you, sending you reeling. Eli, ha! You trip over your own feet, falling backwards as the shadow springs. Shadow monster. Eli, I should block it. So there are some timed choices in this story, this game, and when it does a timed choice, I'm just going to react because otherwise I'll run out of time and, make a wrong choice or something. So, but yeah, that's what I've just done. You throw your hand up to protect yourself. Eli, ah! And a bright beam, golden as the sun, shoots from your palm, blasting right through the middle of the creature. Magic in me. You blasted the shadow monster with powerful magic. Eli, how? Even though the light has faded, your palm still glows warmly. The shadow creature has been reduced to nothing. You can feel the energy humming inside of you, and instantly you know it's been there all along. Somewhere under the surface, somewhere secret. Eli, what the hell was that? Shreya, I don't know. But it looks like there may be hope for you yet. And I think that's the end of the chapter. Yes, that's the end of chapter 1, the Elementalists Book 1. And we will be back at some time in the future to do chapter 2. I hope you've all enjoyed that so far. I'm really looking forward to this playthrough and recording these videos as well. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.